of Master Duel facing Emily here, and Emily has brought one of those more rogue strategies. She brought the Rescue Ace deck, and she will start off here, not necessarily meaning that she won the die roll though, because obviously Jack Rory, as we saw in his first featured match in round number 2 of the day 2, is running Tenpai Dragon. He's one of our free Tenpai Dragon players in Top Cut. Therefore, he may as well had Emily start here. Okay. We are going for the... Ooh, we discarded the field spell. We discarded the headquarter there for the Rescue Ace part of the deck. And now Jack, just in case he didn't know yet, is going to go in and drop an Effect Veiler on that Rescue Ace Hydrant. But we are... Oh, wait, no. We apparently dropped Effect Veiler on the Witch, because that Hydrant is resolving anyways, and we're now showing our hand. There's 2 Tenpai Dragons, Chandra and Fedra, and there is Nibiru and Effect Veiler. Does Emily have a way to still play on through Effect Veiler and Nibiru? Or what are we going after here? That is going to be very, very interesting. We go after the second copy of Effect Veiler. So I think this one, the Effect Veiler, would have been tough to play around with the Turbulence in our hand. But around the Effect Veiler, like, we could have not played around that, but around Nibiru we can kind of play, because we can just not summon 5 times. This is, for now, 3 summons. We can summon out the Turbulence, there we go. So that is 4 summons in total, and we could just leave it like that. We activate the effect of Turbulence, set 4 Spell and Trap cards of the Rescue Ace type from our deck to the Spell and Trap zone, and then Jack will have quite the time to play through that. That will not be easy, honestly. That will not be the easiest of tasks for sure. Okay, so we are... Oh, looks like we only set 3. Okay, there's the 4th one. It is both of the traps, Alert and Contain, and also there is... Oh, it's Extinguish, Contain, Alert, and also a copy of Emergency, of course. So the setup that Emily has here looks really, really solid, honestly. Setting the 4 cards to our field, and now... I mean, to be fair, we could also just honestly go into SP Little Knight, and as soon as Jack activates the effect of Nibiru, we can just banish the 2 monsters we have left, then it's fine, honestly. Look at that, yeah. Emily is completely agreeing. Emily is... Ooh, we're summoning out Hita instead. Interesting. I thought this is for sure going to be SP Little Knight. But instead, we, for the moment, go for Hita instead. Oh, and I mean, we have Preventer in hand as well. And I mean, Preventer, kind of a good way to play around Nibiru anyways. Because when Preventer would go to the graveyard, we can just bring back one of our banished Rescue Ace monsters. And Jagroy Steenkammer says, enough is enough. For now, I'm going to stop your monsters summoning to the field by bringing Nibiru, the Primal Being, to the field. And, okay, we're going to set... Oh no, we're checking our set cards. We did bring back the Hydrant, but we're now linking off the Hydrant and the token for a copy of IP Masquerena. And we know what is there to come. We have looked into the hand of Quantal, and we saw there's 2 Tenpai Dragons already in there waiting. It is 1 copy of Chandra and 1 copy of Fadra. And immediately in the draw phase of Jagroy Steenkammer, we're going to bring back Hydrant from the graveyard, of course enabling the bonus effects of our other cards in there as well. And let me tell you, Jagroy, he knows Rescue Ace cards, and that is the Harpiest Feather Duster being picked up for turn. Maybe the craziest card he could have drawn there in that situation. Lightning Storms wouldn't have done anything as there is a monster in his field, but that Harpiest Feather Duster, of course, is insane. Wow, we summon out the Preventer, send the Preventer to the graveyard as well, but still, the other cards are just going to make their way into the graveyard. We had the perfect information. We knew about the 2 Tenpai Dragons in hand, but the 3rd card he draws for a turn is a Harpiest Feather Duster. Some people just would call that the World Champion difference. That was really the card he needed. But still, I mean, this is... He only has Chandra and the Fadra, so I don't even know whether that would be enough. We just go into a battle phase, attack over the IP Masquerena. So that means what we do best with our Tenpai Dragon strategy is not going to apply here, as we just did some small damage in the battle phase, but nothing majorly there. We did 2,200 points of damage, but now in the main phase too is where we normal summon out our Tenpai Dragon, and we have decided to go with Fadra, but that's obviously not the one we wanted. That's obviously not the phase we want to act in. Okay, linking off now the Fadra and the Chandra. Is that just going to be, or is it, or it's a synchro summon even? Never mind, it is apparently a synchro summon that we are going for here. So, still considering it could also be the IP Masquerade. Oh no, we're checking the graveyard of the opponent, because I was like, there's no IP Masquerade in your extra deck, my friend. There's actually quite some... Maybe there is IP Masquerade in his extra deck. Oh, there's Duel Chimera, so we play that line as well. Nice. And yes, indeed, for the people wondering, this is Jack Rory Steenkammer, aka Quanto Think. And yeah, he's thinking again, looking for the graveyard. And I was about to say, Jack Rory is an expert in piloting or knowing about the Rescue Ace deck himself, because a trip he made over to the US for YCS over there was crowned with a top 32 finish, I believe, with the Rescue Ace deck. So he himself has some history with the deck, I want to say. Okay, we're bringing back some monsters, but this is still not the battle phase. Yes, it does do something. Yes, we are summoning some monsters, but the key component of the deck, the key component about Tenpai Dragons is that you can just end the game so quickly in one turn. But still, I mean, we're kind of working through it here. It's not too bad. We even now got to send that Turbulence to the graveyard, and there is Hieratic Seals. Linking off two of our Synchro Dragons into Hieratic Seal. That is it. Used up all of our cards in hand. So Jack Rory Steenkammer right now relying on Hieratic Seals and the Dream, I want to say. And there's a Hydrant on the field for Emily already, waiting to activate its effect. Waiting for another Rescue Ace monster to be searched out. So, which one are we going for? We're already grabbing our deck there, of course. Going in, resolving the search effect. And we have settled for Airlifter. Airlifter gets normal summoned. That card is limited in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, but still, when you can just search it out so easily with Hydrant, does that even matter? Instant access to that card here for Emily, and we are now going to search out a copy that looked like Alert to me, so Alert could just maybe bring back the Turbulence here right away. I mean, we have to only think about the Hieratic Seals, and I think Jack will just wait for an extra deck monster to be summoned, because all of the Rescue Ace monsters, you just don't want to give them back to hand, quite frankly. First of all, Emergency's Graveyard effect is going to come in. We're going to be able to set one Rescue Ace spell trap from our graveyard, and in that case, we did go with the Extinguish. Now, we had to chain the effect of the Seals. We could already activate the Extinguish there because we had Rescue Ace Hydrant on the field. And then we had to chain the Seals. Okay, yes, we get to bring back the Chandra. So Jack is building up kind of a field, but Emily can now just in the main phase, as all these Tenpai Dragon monsters rely to be strong on the battle phase, rely on that fact. They can just continue to do stuff in the main phase, first of all. So, what's next here for Emily? We gave that Hydrant back to hand, which really, it doesn't seem amazing. Honestly, at this point, could have been an interesting term of action for Jack Rory Steenkammer to just actually put that Nibiru that we have ourselves there on the field back into our own hand. I would have actually liked that. Just having the Nibiru back in hand and then continuing from there. But now Emily is continuing and she's summoning out the Rescue Ace Preventer. So, what is next? There is an Effect Veiler flying around, but that is in the graveyard of Jack. And there is Wanted now as well. Of course, Wanted can not only add Diabellstar Black Witch from the deck, but also back from the graveyard. And that is what we're doing here. Summoning it out, discarding the Hydrant. Look at that. We even have a discard now because Jack was nice enough to give it to us. Setting original Sinful Spoils. This is looking good for Emily, not gonna lie. Linking off the Diabellstar Black Witch and... Oh, okay, we go into Dark. Yes. Bringing back the Turbulence with the effect of Preventer. Having a look into the graveyard of Jack again. Bringing back one of his monsters through the effect of Dark here. So it's really all going according to plan because we are just summoning more and more and more monsters. Quickly checking whether this can even be summoned through that. But yes, seems like that is all good. We are going into Promethean Princess. And that one is not going to be on the field for very long as we link it off for Raging Phoenix. 7-grade Raging Phoenix makes plays for Zealantis. And Zealantis may be the card to do it all here. We set all of the monsters on the opponent's side face down. That gets to trigger our Promethean Princess as they were special summoned in the process. Bringing it out, destroying Turbulence, but also one of the Tenpai monsters on the opponent's side of the field. Also activating the effect of Raging Phoenix. In the battle phase, we're going to destroy both monsters on the opponent's side of the field through the effect of Zealantis. And now... Okay, I mean, I thought this is over. I thought the attack would come through now. 1. Okay, we're going step by step. That's the first attack. That's the second attack. Sure. And that is the attack that is ending it all. 1-0 for Emily. Taking it down for the Dutch people. And I think when I'm interpreting the hand gesture of Jaguar Steenkammer correctly there, it did look like he sent Emily first here. Yes. Absolutely looks like it. And we do start things off with activating the Wanted. Wanted is going to search out the Diabellstar Black Witch again. What's up after that? We are going to... I see a Cosmic Cyclone in there. Not too bad. Also, of course, kind of tough when your opponent again has a card like Harpy's Feather Duster or something. But first of all, okay. We are just going to discard the Cosmic Cyclone, and we're now going to use Effect Veiler on the summon and the effect of the Diabellstar Black Witch. Poplar, Snake Eye Poplar is going to be summoned after. It's also going to be met with Effect Veiler. Same opening in that regard from Jaguar Steenkammer than in the last game with the double Effect Veiler. So what is next? Do we have a way to play through that double Effect Veiler interruption? And we are going to link off both of these. Just go into SP Little Knight, put that Poplar into the Spell and Trap Zone, and I would assume that is going to be it. Yes, one more card into the Spell and Trap Zone, and this time this looks a lot more manageable for Jack. So his plan of going second here in the second game is apparently going to work out a little bit better, and we're starting things off with a Pot of Prosperity. I'm pretty sure we're going to banish 6 cards here, and we're going to have a look at the top 6 cards of our deck. And you might be asking yourself, how could you afford to do such thing in a deck that wants to actually win games every single time in a single turn? Let me tell you, in case you're not familiar with Tenpai Dragons yet, they can just easily put up 16,000 points of damage. That would be half, so we could still easily just go for what we need if we want to go for games. So that is a Feather Duster, a Lightning Storm, another Lightning Storm, the Sanguine Summoning. Oh, I mean, okay, we just go for the Lightning Storm. Quick and easy decision. I think Jack wants to just very, very early, very easily rule out the potential of some cards. We're in the spell and trap zone, and one of them is going to be destroyed, but also chained. Dimensional barrier, denying Jack the access to his synchro monsters for the entire turn. And that, of course, is a huge problem for the Tenpai deck, as it is a synchro-based strategy. You want to synchro summon in the battle phase, and that is now not possible anymore. Next up, Sengen summoning from Jack Roy Steenkammer, searching himself a Chandra. Afterwards, we're going to discard one monster, of course, or one card as well. And I mean, we saw his extra deck when he was browsing through it. There is a couple of Link monsters in there. I think he is prepared for the situation of facing Dimensional Barrier, but let's see. Okay, battle phase. We go for Chandra. Chandra is going to activate its effect, going to summon out Fadra after attacking into the SP Little Knight. Let's see. Is he going to be able to do it here? That Dimensional Barrier 100% called Synchro. Everything else would not make any kind of sense. So Fadra is going to attack here. Yes, it is going to be big enough to take care of the SP Little Knight. Looks like we're heading into the main phase 2 as we're linking off both the Chandra and the Fadra there, making place for a Heretic Seal. So again, as in game number 1, we just have that Heretic Seal. We have to rely on Heretic Seal and the Dream, but it is enough! Emily also picking up the cards. Only the winner will advance to top 8. Who is going to take the first step here? Is it going to be Emily or is it going to be Jack Roy Steenkammer? And by the looks of it, yeah, Emily put her cards down, so we send Jack Roy Steenkammer first. He will have to come up with the way here. Oh, and we are going terraforming into Pressured Planet Race-Off. So that is, of course, a way to handle the situation going first. We're just grabbing ourselves a copy of Kashtira Fenrir there off of the Pressured Planet Race-Off. Summon out the Fenrir, use the effect of Fenrir. And we're going to grab ourselves another copy of Fenrir there. So, anything else? Yes, the normal summon of Pydra follows after. So even though we have to face the situation here of going first, it might be alright for Jack, because he could have also brought in very powerful going first cards from his side deck. Who knows? Okay, we searched the quick spell there. We are now going to summon out Chandra, and we are going to make ourselves another seal. So, Jack Roy Steenkammer just lost Heretic Seals. He summons it every game, and he summons it again here in the first turn of the third game of this top 16 clash between him and Emily. But honestly, combined with the Fenrir and combined with 3 cards in the spell and trap zone, that looks very, very strong, honestly. I don't know, that's not easy to overcome, seriously. I think Jack can be quite satisfied with what he got here. And Emily starts things off with Bonfire. Bonfire is going to grab the Snake Eye Poplar. Snake Eye Poplar is going to activate its effect and also going to trigger its effect on the field. Is that going to be met with something? Indeed! It is immediately going to be met with Infinite Impermanence. Okay, we waste no time. Impermanence resolved, but we're sending the Poplar, getting ourselves the Witch on the field, and Jack really wastes no time at all. We're just going to Imperm that as well. We double Imperm coming down in a heartbeat here, honestly. Yep, that is not an Imperm zone, though, that we're using there to activate the Pot of Prosperity. And it's kinda obvious what the last set card could be, because we searched with the Pydra for Sengen Kaiman, the quick spell. So I would expect us to also set that card there when we have Heretic Seal on the field. Therefore, I think the last card there is not to be super scared of, to be honest. But let's see what that Prosperity is going to give us here. Is the Prosperity going to put in work? Is it going to find us the cards that we need to turn this around? Because even though Jack Roy Steenkammer lost game number 1, he's all of a sudden in a very good position again to win this entire match. Okay, the second Witch will not do it. Also wanted, grabbing another Witch, probably not good to go. So that is going to be, I think, we grabbed Preventer there. That looked like Preventer to me. Oh, Hydrant it is even. Okay. On the normal summon of Hydrant, we immediately use the effect of Seals in the graveyard. We also use the second effect of Seals. Jack has a crystal clear plan on how to handle this. Those infinite impermanences came down so quickly. Now immediately on the summon, no thinking required. Also putting that Hydrant back to the hand. So the normal summon for Emily has been used up. On the summon of Phaedra, we can use the effect to also bring back the Pydra from the graveyard. Successfully doing so. And Pydra now is going to search ourselves a copy of, I would assume, the field spell. Oh no, another Sengen Kaiman is going to be added. What is next? Is there more gas left in the tank for Emily? There is Emergency, which is definitely not a bad card to follow things up with here. And he responds, Jack. We are going to summon out Rescue Ace Hydrant, so we still have a way to get there, and we send that Hydrant that we now have in our hand again to the graveyard instead. So ultimately, we have established a Hydrant on the field, and Jack cannot be happy about that. We're searching out Turbulence. We keep on going. Maybe the double infinite impermanence plus the Hieratic Seal is not enough. But in the end, it could still, of course, be the Fenrir that decides this all here. Because that one has not been used just yet. Activating the effect of Turbulence, but that is immediately going to be met with the Fenrir. As I was just saying, there's still the Fenrir, and that one is going to banish the Turbulence face down, because let's not forget, you might think Turbulence just summons itself out from the hand, but no, it is an effect that activates in the hand. Therefore, on the summon, you immediately can activate the trigger of your Kashtira Fenrir, and that's what Jaguar Steenkammer did here. Now, linking off the Hydrant and the Witch to go into Hita. Hita is going to be used to summon out Chandra from the graveyard. There is a fire monster we can work with. This is not Snake Eyes, but still we find a fire monster to use with our Hita. So, what's next? I'm only considering the options. So far, I'm impressed with how high the quality of play here was in top 16. Both players, even though the stakes are so high and we are now in the top cut of the tournament, they are really executing super, super well. I mean, you would expect that from the top 16 players of the tournament, right? This is the creme de la creme of the tournament. The remaining 16 players, therefore, of course, the potential is very, very high. Okay, bringing back the Hydrant there as well, Preventer. We might, and it's crazy to even say that, but we might still see Emily finding enough monsters here to go for the same line that we saw in the last game. We could see enough here for the Raging Phoenix, Zelantis line. Oh, there is the Raging Phoenix, and that could be the recipe to success. We just have to make sure that the Spell and Trap Zone card there, it could still be that quick play. It could still be the Sengen Kaiman, and we have to find a way to kind of play around that. Also, okay, yeah, very, very, very good catch. Hopefully Emily doesn't forget about that either. Pot of Prosperity has been used. Therefore, all the battle damage that is being dealt here this turn is going to be halved. We still go for Zelantis and Raging Phoenix here, but it's probably not going to be the game-ending line. All monsters on Rory's side now are set. Going to go for the Promethean Princess effect in the graveyard. Now we're also going to use the Raging Phoenix. Battle phase is announced, which is fine. Zelantis is going to use its effect. Jack, considering his cards in hand, going to destroy both the Pressure Planet Vrasov and, as we can now safely say, the Sengen Kaiman that was sitting there set the entire turn. Promethean Princess. Is it going to be the first monster attacking? Nope. Vasilantis strikes first, going after the Pydra. The Promethean Princess goes after the Phaedra. That Phaedra is going to stay there for the moment. It is not going to be destroyed by battle here just yet. That could be huge. I mean, it would have not been the game ender of his turn here anyhow. But, still, it's going to stay on the field here. Oh, look at that. It's over to Jack. And Jack now activates the Harpiest Feather Duster. And honestly, Emily invested so many resources in that turn last turn into all those actions. And now it's back to Jack, who has an open field ahead of him. None of those monsters really do anything. There's also no potential for a Nibiru right now, as there, of course, is the Promethean Princess on the field. Phaedra just stayed there. We couldn't out the Phaedra, and now Jack sits there, having access to Sengen Kaiman again. And it looked not really great for him, but it looks all of a sudden possible again. We search out Phaedra. Phaedra is going to be normal summoned using its effect. Getting ourselves a copy of the Sengen summoning now too. Activating it. Using its effect as well. A little bit of a smile there on the face of Jack Rory, because he knows he's getting there. He knows he's getting closer. Searching himself a copy of Chandra now as well. Of course, being able to summon that one out as well. We go ahead and probably synchro these two off. Or is it going to be another link summon? Nope, it is this time going to be a synchro summon. That is going to be Sengenpai Bident Dragion. That is going to be summoned. We also bring back the Chandra. We are now continuing to synchro summon up. That one now is going to be the... Wait, it was...